everybody. So I wanted to jump on here and cover a couple of things. It is Wednesday night, and my plan was to come on here and work on, I'm doing a custom order journal right now using this book. I've got my cover done. It's going to be a pretty big thing, but the book is kind of big. So, anyways, I was planning to come on here and work on that tonight, but things just kind of went a different way today. So, I'm here kind of doing I don't want to say a roundup, but kind of a random mix of things that have been kind of rolling around in my brain that I thought, well, how about I just do a little video and go over everything. So, firstly, I wanted to kind of do like a show and tell. I've been back and forth with my friend Mary Ellen on Red Parrot. I highly encourage you guys to find her on YouTube. Check her out. I'll link her below. She's got all sorts of good things going on. She just started, or she's fixing to start. She has a neat little way of picking her next journal, and she one of her latest videos, she chose her next journal that she's going to work on, and bees was her theme. I've done a couple of bee journals, and bees are, I don't want to say they're easy, but there's a lot to do with bees, a lot of fun, and so I'm excited to follow along with her as she works on this journal. But one thing I did want to show her, and to you guys as well, because I still have one of my bee journals. I've sold my smaller one, but I still have my big one. It's got a lot of stuff in it, but one of the things that I enjoyed doing with this journal, this is my big bee journal. It's pretty chunky. One of the things I really enjoyed doing with it was making the honey on the front. There's a little snag there that's bothering me. Anyways, the honey on the front, and there's actually a couple of pages in here that has the honey on it as well. But it's obviously raised. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it bubbled up. And you can see how it looks like honey. So I kind of wanted to go over this. I'm not going to do it on camera because it's time consuming, and it's super simple. I also did it on some of the pages. Just some of the little pages here, throughout here. I think I did it on one or two more, yeah. So anyways, it's a neat texture addition to a bee journal. So I just wanted to show mainly Mary Ellen, but to also anybody else that's working on a bee journal or is playing around with that idea of doing a bee journal. Is it something fun and easy you can do? Now, what is this stuff on here? This is, let me tie this journal back up. This is Gorilla Glue. Now, I don't have, oh, yep, I do have it. I was like, I don't know that I have it, but it's just Gorilla Glue. It's the orange or the dark colored Gorilla Glue. This is probably past its prime, but anyways, it's the original Gorilla Glue. And what I did was, again, this takes a lot of patience because it takes a while to dry. And I did the front and then I did the back. I didn't do them at the same time kind of thing. Mainly, again, because it takes a lot of time to dry. But basically, I just ran a line of this. And I had to, you know, right here, I wanted it to go down further, so I obviously added more. And it does its own thing. It bubbles up, and then it hardens. So, certainly something, an idea for you guys to do, to try. You can see this one right here has a big bubble in it. But it's smooth, and it's hard, and it's stuck that way. Anyways, I get lots of compliments on this. When people see this book at the show, or when I show people several of my books, they're like, oh my gosh, what is that stuff? Is that real honey? No, it's not real honey. I use a lot of things, but no, it's not real honey. It's Gorilla Glue, and it dried like this, and it's a cool addition to making honey. It's the perfect color and all that, and bubbly and all that. Just looks like honey. So I wanted to mainly share that with Mary Ellen. Maybe toss that idea out to her, depending on how she works her bee journal, if she's needing some honey. And I also wanted to share with you guys, you know, kind of like as a tip or a trick or something, you know, to play around with. So that's kind of my first show and tell. My second show and tell is kind of going back and forth with a comment and a conversation with me and Mary Ellen on when she was choosing her journal. You'll just have to watch her videos to see kind of what I'm talking about, but she has kind of like a method where she picks, you know, she rolls some dice and she picks a cover, and she picks like how many elements and how many signatures and what her theme is going to be. And she had a blank space because she just finished up a coffee themed. And so she was like, oh, you know, I'll just put balloons there. And then we had a conversation later, like, I think she was kind of like, where did balloons come from? Kind of thinking it was maybe a silly idea, but it's not. I have it on my list to do. And I wanted to show her the paper that I have that has inspired me to do a balloon journal. This is it's a huge piece of paper. It's folded in half. But anyways, so yeah, this piece of paper I got from an art supply store, and it's why balloons are on my list of ideas for journals. You could easily go steampunk. You could easily do pinks. You could easily do fantasy. There's just a lot you could do with this around balloons. So, I just wanted to show her that. Anyways, so that's all for my show and tell. And my next thing I wanted to kind of go over was Junk Journal July. This is a challenge. Let me see if I can get a better, you can see it better. This is a monthly challenge for the month of July, hosted by Meg Journals. So check her out. I have not decided if I want to do this or not. I participated in Mass Make March with Cindy at Studio Lou, and I absolutely loved it. The premise was to mass make ephemera, you know, build your ephemera stash. And I absolutely loved it. So I haven't decided. I'm looking for another challenge, and maybe challenge is what I need to focus on, because when I looked at this, some of these prompts are pretty challenging. I don't know if you can see them. Gratitude, balance, contrast, playlist. Some of them will be easy, like postcard and pop of color, things like that. I guess there's a couple of different ways you can tackle this. Right now, I don't have just a junk journal that I'm working in or that I'm playing in. And I think if I did, then this would be easier for me to do. But right now, I can't, my brain won't help me think of the best way to tackle this. So I haven't decided if I'm going to do this or not. I've been playing around with, before this came out, I was playing around with doing a journal card July. Just kind of my own, this is just kind of my initial notes. Kind of doing it in a way of like a bingo card, not on day one you have to do this, but basically listing 31 journal card prompts and whatever I wanted to work on for the month, for the day, just as long as I covered all my bases. But I haven't decided. So I'm either going to do Journal Card July, which will be kind of my own personal challenge. I mean, I'll gladly share, when I get it finished and finalized, or I'll do Junk Journal July. I think it's kind of ambitious to say I'll tackle both, but it's not out of the question. So there is that. So that's that. I wanted to go over those 2 show and tells for Mary Ellen. I wanted to kind of touch on Junk Journal July. And I also wanted to spend a little create with me time. Several of you guys probably know or are familiar with Shabby Dabby Doodah. I watched her video today. She posted a video this morning, and she's going through some tough times. Definitely her story to tell, and I think she did tell that story very bravely in her videos. So if you haven't gone over there and check her out. I'll link her in the below as well. She has an Etsy store. She does digitals, and so there's kind of a call amongst the community to show her some support and let her know that we're here and that we care about her and that she's not alone. So now I normally don't do digitals for a myriad of reasons, but I normally don't. But I went to her shop and found one of her kits was about birds, and I loved it. I thought it was very pretty, and so I thought I would, I went ahead and purchased it and printed out some things, and I thought I would spend a little time this evening, kind of working on making some ephemera with this kit that I printed out, basically. So that's what we're gonna do. Nothing too special. Basically, I'm just gonna back these things, and then I'll sew them off camera because, as you may or may not know, my my sewing machine is a little loud, so yeah. So again, her story to tell, but I encourage you, I'll link her below, but I encourage you, as a part of this junk journaling community, this crafty community, to check her out, follow her, subscribe to her, watch some of her videos, check out her Etsy shop, send her a message letting her know that, you're thinking about her or whatever. So yeah, my way of helping her out or letting her know that I'm here. I doubt she knows I'm here. I don't think she follows me or anything like that, which is fine. I'm new here, and I don't think she is. So, anyways, I just wanted to share, with her my 2 cents of support, to let her know again that she's not alone, that this is a wonderful community that we are involved in. I've only been involved in this community since, well, since earlier this year. I mean, I just started with YouTube earlier this year. I am very green here, very green. But I have made a handful of friends that I just love them to pieces, and I'm so glad that I've come across them. And yeah, so with that being said, I think this is a fabulous community. And I am happy to be a part of it. Happy to be a part of it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these beautiful birds. I browsed her store. She has a lot of beautiful, beautiful stuff. Nothing that was capturing the few things I have lined up in my brain as to what I want to work on. And so I just thought, well, I can always pick up some more ephemera. Always down for that. So I got one of her kits that has just the tags and all that, not any of the journal pages. She has some that are like background pages and things like that, but I just picked up one of the kits that has ephemera and thought I would support her in that way. So I don't know the name of this kit. That would have been smart for me to keep up with. And I can't look it up on my phone because you guys are on my phone. But it's, I mean, she's got lots of pretties in there. So I encourage you to check her out. See what tickles your fancy. It may be the blue birds. It may be something totally different. So yeah, let's see what else. Again, I'm working on a custom journal. I'm not doing it on camera because it's very personal, and I don't think that the person follows me, the person that it's for, but who knows, I could be wrong, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. So I'll just continue to work on it in quiet. The book is Eloise, children's book. I'm not keeping it intact. It's not going to be a storybook journal, but a lot of the story is intact, if that makes sense. I'm using pages from the book with little snippets of Eloise and snippets from the story and all that. But again, it's not, the full story's not intact, so. It has been a little challenging because as you saw, it's a big book. And when you have a big book, you have to kind of figure out how's best to add pages and paper to big books, because you can't just fold a piece of paper because it won't fit. When your book is like an 8.5 by 11 size, you got to get creative in how you make your signatures, by sewing pages together or by washi taping pages together, or Luckily, I was able to keep the book kind of intact. I mean, if that makes sense, I was able to keep the signature, most of the signatures intact. I was very careful as to how I took it apart. So that helped. And yeah, I had to get creative as to how to how to make the other big pages work. But I think it worked. I think I've got it going on. I think we got it going on. So that's the only other journal I'm working on right now, is that custom order. I haven't started on another one yet because, again, I'm not sure what I want to do with July. If I want to tackle a new journal, or if I just want to work on ephemera, or what. I haven't decided just yet. So I will decide that in the next couple of days or so. And of course, you guys will be right here with me, because I like you. I like having you around. I like talking to myself. I'm just kidding. I'm talking to you guys. You guys up there. And I like it. It's nice. It's different. But in a good way. It's I think Mary Ellen has mentioned it. It's good for her mental health, and I have to agree. I've got a friend here in Little Rock she's an artsy friend of mine. She does not do journals yet. She does collage work, and she appreciates the journals. And she's, for the longest time, been saying, I need to come over, you need to show me how to do a journal. And I have, for the longest time, been saying, okay, come on. And we were going to do that this Friday. But then she canceled on me. And I'm hoping that she's not, so we rescheduled for Saturday. So I'm hoping she's not going to bail on me for Saturday. Because I will gladly teach her how to do a journal. That would be fun. She keeps saying she wants to make one for her grandkids, and I keep telling her, okay, we can do that. So, I don't know. I don't have anything planned, essentially planned for this weekend to work on, to show her. I'm basically just going to really kind of just show her a basic journal. You know, how to create how to do the three hole stitch, and how to, you know, gather your signatures, and And of course, anything else she wants me to share with her. I'm happy to share what I know. Happy to share it. So that's pretty much all that's going on with me. I don't have any more markets until October. You know, I'm quote-unquote taking the summer off to build my stash. And because the weather in Arkansas is dumb during the summer, humidity is insane. And so I don't want to play around with loading and unloading and all that junk when it's 100 degrees outside. So that's another reason why I decided to take off for the summer. Because I don't want to deal with that in 100 degree heat, because I'm a wimp and a weenie. Just don't want to do it. So I'll just work on building my stash and playing around with some different challenges. I've been playing around with the idea of working on some Christmas journals, and I've been playing around with the idea of quote unquote Christmas in July. I don't know. It's too many things. Too many things, not enough time. Not enough time to just get all the ideas out of my head and onto paper, and 'tis the life of a crafter, I suppose. 'Tis the life. 'Tis the life. I think this one here, I'm gonna leave it, leave these two together with the idea of it being a folded card of some sort. Yeah, that works. Cute. Guess I could do that with this one too. What do you think? What do you think, Shell? How about if we fold it? And let's see, hold it up to the light and see how off we are. We're just gonna go with it. Because you know I can't cut straight. We've already determined that. But I think that's going to be okay though. It's a little on the wonky side. But it's kind of neat. Okay. So on the journal cards, I'm just going to, I'll just sew around those. And the tags, we have 2 big tags and 3 little tags. We will also around them as well. We'll go ahead and punch our holes. see if I have anything handy as far as, aren't these images so pretty, so vibrant? I thought they were. I thought they were very pretty. Let's see if I have anything handy, quickly handy. Where is it at? I thought it was right here. Guess not. This is what I was thinking of. I don't have enough, but we're gonna go with that because we can. Right? Righto. Just to add a little something to them. You're probably thinking, why did you do that way? Because I'm not good at measuring. So it's easier for me to pull it all the way through. So I know I have a good amount. Then to just pull a little through and not have enough. We all do it different, right? So I will stitch these and then add them to my ephemera stash that I started back in March. They'll be ready to go whenever there is a need for some blue bird ephemera. Oh, well, that didn't work out too well. I got the hiccups a little bit tonight. Okay, Shell. You're making this harder than it needs to be. So let's take it all apart. I don't know what I've got going on here. So we'll just take it all apart and start over. Because we can. So Saturday, I have plans to craft with my friend. I really am trying to get her into doing journals. So we can have journal making days. Again, she already does collage, so I think that's not going to be too hard for me to get her hooked on this lovely, I think it's a step further than collage. I don't know why I feel that way, but don't ask what I'm doing here. I'm just doing. Just adding a little bit more floof to these tags. Maybe. Again, probably going about it the long, hard way. Yep. But I wanted to add the floof. Okie dokie. I don't really like that very much, but we'll go with it until the time comes to where we have to do something else with it. And I think I might just leave these little guys like they are with a little bit of floof. And again, I'll stitch around these for that. Put this back in here. And I will stitch around these guys. Around my corners, because you know I like to do that. And of course here's some more of this kit. Some fussy cut images, and this appears to like fold maybe like a, I don't know, an envelope or a fold out or something. I don't know. I'll have to play around with that. But I will fussy cut these and just put them in my little snippets box. I will likely put them in a Ziploc bag together since they kind of go together. In an attempt to try to keep them together. I don't know. I just really thought the birds were really pretty. And again, I've got a couple ideas of journals that I'm working on, but none of her other kits were speaking to me. Not that they weren't gorgeous, because they were, and I had to control myself not to be like, ooh, I could do this, ooh, I could do that, because I've got journals lined up. I don't need any more ideas of any other cool journals to do. So, all that to say, again, I want to say it's Tina, but she's not one I follow and watch all the time. I've watched several of her videos. She's got some great stuff, and she's just not one that I normally follow, so I don't know for sure. Again, I think her name is Tina, but I may be wrong in that. So, But it's Shabby Dabby Doodah. I will tag her below. And, you know, again, encourage you guys to check her out. She did a channel update today, and a lot's going on with her. And so I just wanted to show my support and encourage you guys to do the same. And that can come in many forms. Liking her channel, commenting on her videos, subscribing to her channel, watching her videos. You know, there's lots of ways to support her. You know, check out her Etsy shop. See if there's anything that tickles your fancy. Lots of ways to show her that we're supporting her. So I mainly just kind of wanted to throw that out there. I wanted to touch base with Mary Ellen about the honey. And that's an idea for all of you guys. I highly encourage, if you're doing a bee journal, you have to have honey. And that's an easy, cool way to have honey. Again, patience is the virtue with that one because it takes forever to dry. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're working on that. And then I wanted to, you know, kind of show her the balloons that I had in mind. When she said balloons, that's what I thought of. So it's not a crazy idea. I think it would be a beautiful journal. And then I'm playing around with what to do for July. So if you have any thoughts, feel free to share them below. And that's about it. I will spend the next couple of days working on my custom order journal. And I will probably be here. I'll probably be back on Friday with something. Hadn't decided yet. I'm working on this custom one, but I also want to get started on another couple of other ones. So who knows? Anyways, thanks for joining me as I rambled along and played show and tell and didn't really make any decisions on July. And again, also wanted to show my support for Shabby Dabby Doodah and encourage you guys to check her out as well. So anyways, that's all for now. Yeah, take care of yourselves and each other, and spend some time creating every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. It can do the world a lot of good. Anyways, bye for now.